every so often. He flew in. He's not feeling so hot either. He just flew in. He's got to fly back out. So it's with great pleasure, Mike Binder.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ken, and thanks for putting this all on, all the work you did, putting this together. This is a great crowd. Attica! Thank you, Mitch, for everything you said, and thank you, everybody, for showing up tonight, and for, you know, this is a really sad night, because, you know, I just can't believe we're pushing this ball back up the hill. We thought we had already got up the hill, and the last 6 months, this thing was cresting in a beautiful way. And I have to tell you, you know, I haven't made a movie yet here with the film plans. I've spent 3 years trying to get my movie financed, so I just haven't made it. A lot of people think it's the title. I personally think Whip Me, Fuck Me, Suck Me, Kill Me is a good title for a Disney film. But I have not found financing. But many of my friends have, and they come back and they say some really beautiful things about you guys. They really do, you know, and they're not talking about incentives. They're talking about crews and a work ethic and great people and a great place to work. And they're sincere. The truth is, the movie my next movie is going to be called A Long Day in Detroit. Although, that's the name of my movie, and although now it'll be called A Long Day in South Dakota, because I hear they're looking for new people, as they ran one guy out of town on a rail. But I'm working on a film called Long Day in Detroit, and the reason I say that is that my whole life, I've always written stories about people in Detroit. Janet Lockwood's here tonight. Where'd Janet go? I remember when, years ago, I've already been doing this 30 years. I remember years ago, I would come up with a movie, and I would call the film commission. It was like Janet, she was like the Maytag repairman. She was like this lonely lady in a room. And I'd come to her with this TV series I was going to do, this, you know, it's all set in Detroit, and then eventually we'd shoot it in Chicago, and it was shot in Chicago. And I'd go to the network or the studio or whatever, and they'd say, you don't have the infrastructure there, you don't have the whatever. And that was the story of my life. I made a movie called The Upside of Anger with Kevin Costner and Joan Allen. Set in Bloomfield Hills. I shot it on a soundstage in London and shot here for 3 days, second unit. It broke my heart. It broke my heart. It's not what I wanted to do. But the people, Mitch is right, I don't get paid any different. Not one penny different. But the people that finance these things, they go, hey, it's called A Long Day in Connecticut, baby. You know, we're going to Connecticut with this one. That's where the money is. It's sad. I personally, and I'm going to tell you something else, and I don't want to get booed about this, because I don't talk about politics in public, and I'm not really a political person, but I just want to say, I'm a conservative, okay? Okay, I'm a conservative. You can boo me, that's whatever you need to do. My idea of pro-choice, though, is film or digital. Okay, that's what I'm here about tonight. But I'm a conservative, so, and I want to tell you, Mitch is right. This can't be a Democrat and a Republican issue, because what people need to know, and Rick Snyder and the new Republicans in there need to know, and they need to really understand this was a Republican bill. The Republicans started this. They cannot blame this on the Democrats, okay? This was started by Republicans. And at its core, this is a very conservative issue. These are not tax credits to build a new wing of government that will forever be here. This is not a department of film. This is tax incentives to incentivize an industry and build small businesses. That's what you people are done in such a brilliant way. It's small businesses. You've put your lives on the line. You've bought catering trucks and the lumber yards and all this. My mother's here. My mother, she sells antiques, and people come in and buy props for movies. You know, these are small businesses. We're not asking for tax incentives for a government program. We're asking to, and not only asking, we have done, you have done, built an industry that has met every one of its goals for the last few years. Everything, when we went up, and we all went in, you know, Bill Black is here tonight, Pat from the Teamsters. This wasn't Democrat, this was Democrats, Republicans, unions, businessmen. Tim Codd, is Tim Codd here? Peter Savarino, Andy Meisner. This was all, and we sat in the governor's office. Jeff, we spoke with the panels, and we were saying what was going to happen, and a lot of them were looking at it like, did these guys just watch Field of Dreams last night with this build it will come crap? Because we were saying, get ready, man, get ready. People are going, and everything that was promised has happened, only better. What breaks my heart about having to have flown in here tonight to push this rock up the hill again is everything that was promised was delivered. Everything. The studios came, the actors came, they built a world-class studio in Pontiac, Raleigh Studios, they built studios in Livonia. There's an ABC TV series shot here. There's an HBO series shot here. Clint Eastwood made a hit movie here. DreamWorks just did an $80 million movie here. Not only did we go up the hill, we were crested, baby. We were Sam Raimi, another Michigan guy, is going to do a big movie here this summer. We had the Avengers coming here. We were on a roll. We were cooking with gas. Okay, so if you say why, I don't want to pick one industry. You can pick one industry when one of them is working. You have to stick with the winners. Okay, this was working, and again, this was a tax incentive. So there's a lot of speakers tonight. So I'm going to just say this is my opinion. I'm not a legislator. I personally think you people need to call your legislators and really bug the hell out of them. Because I keep hearing, and I don't want to be about the governor, but I keep hearing, well, don't worry, there's not going to change his mind because he doesn't care if he's reelected, he doesn't care if he's recalled. I say, if he doesn't care, why did he run? Okay, if you don't care, this is not a banana republic. This is a state. The last administration made promises to you people, and the new administration has to keep them up. So, and if he doesn't care, oh, another guy will come in and then they'll change the laws. So, to me, it's going to be about the legislators, the senators and their representatives. And I personally feel that we need a higher cap. We need to lower the tax incentive. We've never really paid 42%, very little, you know, but bring it down to 35 for 1 year, 30 the next year, and 25 the year after. And each year, give us $100 or $150 million cap, and in a few years, when I made a movie up in Vancouver at Raleigh Studios, I took 8 people with me. 92% of the crew, we used Vancouver people. If we get to that level where we're using all Michigan crew and you're bringing the director, the producer, the writer, and a couple actors, and everyone else is from Michigan, there's a tax base. You're paying income tax. All you people that are working here, so that 25% will be a wash. So I think that there's a compromise. I think it has to be done, and you have to be vocal. But I just